Hello guys, thank you so much for joining us on this power day for me. I'm a Sagittarius, my moon is in Aries, and my rising sign is Pisces. If this is your first time in my life, hello, my name is Apostle Ely. I am the pastor and apostle of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in African tradition. As you guys are being notified that I am live on tonight, as I have promised, Minister Mario, if you do not mind, bring me those eggs out of the car. They're in a Bobada. What's up there, Lataja Walker? I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I have them in the back seat, the brown eggs. I said I was going to do that. What's up there, Chris Sagittarius in the house? Pops, yes. How you guys are doing? Appreciate each and every one of you guys tonight. We got Karen O'Brien, Gemini. We got Kim Miss Doll, Sagittarius. All right there. We got Danielle, my Aquarius from Alabama. Thank you so much. Greetings to you as well, and thank you so much. Let me say this as we get ready to get started. I want to say big shout out to many of you guys that are more open-minded, even if you do not practice Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, or Apollo. Check your email. Okay, I will love and or any of these other ATRs, but understanding universal laws. For some unknown reason, sometimes we feel like if we're learning something from a different practice that we'll have to leave. Thank you, Natasha Foster, my Aquarius from North Carolina. And Kiara, what's up there, Pisces? I want to say that because I think it's a beautiful thing that you guys are, some of you guys are open-minded and still willing to learn and be a part of the knowledge flow, the influx of information. What's up, Capricorn? How you doing? And I want to say also to my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, and Palo, because I do have different practices that I work in, but it is such a beautiful thing when my brothers and sisters can still learn and adhere to some of the wisdom that has been given. I got some brown eggs I told you I was going to work with, you know. But I just appreciate that because we live in a time that a lot of times people are very closed-minded about certain things and doing things differently than they have learned. And I just appreciate many of you guys being open-minded and being a part of these ATRs, especially on my platform. Especially on my platform, we want to say hello to each and every one of you guys. I teach universal laws. Universal laws are applicable to each and every person, no matter what your spiritual practice is. Thank you for the likes. And I also want to say hello. These are the cards that I read from. These are the 72 names of God, technology of the soul. I want to say hello to you guys. Also, hello to Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to each and every one of you. Peace reflection. All right, thank you. I also, I get a little later when I get ready to teach it. Every time I think I'm ready to do something, but whatever, it's all be going. I have a Pisces rising sign, so a lot of times the stuff be going on in my head, and I think I've been done it, and I haven't. You know what I'm saying? So y'all have to excuse me. I had all this planned out in my head. All right, but I want to say hello to each other. What's up there, my Gemini from South Africa? And I want to say to each and every one of you guys from all around the globe that feed into my live and share in the wisdom, the knowledge, and understanding. And Bon Dision, how you doing? Thank you so much for being with us. And hopefully that many of you guys understand that because I wear a different shirt doesn't make me a different man. I'm going to say that again. Because I wear a different shirt does not make me a different man. Because I wear a different hat doesn't mean that I'm a different spiritualist. I do realize some of us have been blessed enough to have more than one vehicle, more than one house, and yet we're still the owners of that house. So sometimes when you're listening to somebody that has more than one practice, good evening to you as well. A lot of times people are confused because they're more concerned about, is this my particular religion? What I teach is universal. It applies. Just like having a universal remote control. It works with all those components, okay? So I want to talk about something tonight. And guys, I want to first say hello to my madrina, hello to my padrino. Sometimes people are so concerned about who am I talking to. At the end of the day, sir, man, it does not matter. who my Tata is, who my Mumbo is, who is my Hugon, none of that helps you. Just like knowing what's in my bank account, it don't help you. Knowing who I sleep with don't help you none. You understand? Let's learn how to get into things that actually apply to many of us and it benefits for us so we can actually grow and develop, okay? I want to say this, tonight is going to be a night of kind of tutelage, and the reason why I say this is because I want to deal with, my subject is Remedies for Madness, okay? What's up there, Sister Brickhouse? Many of you guys allow me to do incense burns. Some of you allow me to do candle work for you. Some of you allow me to do graveyard work for you. Some of you allow me to do your legal court cases for you. Some of you guys I do protection work. Some of you I prepare jewelry for. I do different things. Now, I never got on social media trying to find godchildren to initiate people. I got on to social media to do magic. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really interested. I teach because I want people to have a better understanding, but a lot of people are more interested in getting godchildren or building their covenant or elay than actually doing magic. Sir and ma'am, I do magic, okay? Whatever vehicle that I need to do that magic in, that's what I do. I have the spirits, they're with me, they work for me, and so therefore that's how I practice. I do realize there's a lot of people on here that they're specifically geared to certain things, and that is fine, okay? But I am a spiritual Walmart, you know what I'm saying? God bless me to, I have many talents, many abilities, and so therefore I serve a lot of different people in different capacities, okay? And I want to share this with you tonight to deal with remedies for madness. And some of you guys, after hearing this, y'all know that sometimes when you hear my titles, you think you know what I'm talking about until I really break it down, okay? And so I want to talk about this and give you guys an opportunity to do the right work that is necessary to protect you. Some of you guys that have ever ordered my mental clarity, you're going to understand the benefit. Or if you have ever ordered my guardian incense or my ancestor incense, or definitely oil reversal incense. This is the thing that when you get into these practices as a Tata, a Mumbo, a Hugon, a Bokor, a priest or a priestess of any said religion, or pastor, apostle, you're supposed to have remedies for the madness that goes on in the lives of your people, or the people that choose to utilize you as a vehicle to get their help or their deliverance, okay? And this is something that's very, very important to me, and I hope that many of you guys will give me an opportunity to share this and to break this stuff down. And this is something that I'm excited about, because I'm realizing that a lot of you are growing and that you're getting more benefit. Hey, how you doing? Afro_High Priestess. And many of you guys are getting into a place where you're understanding that it's more than getting a title on your name. It is more than trying to name drop. It is more than trying to be associated with people, places, and things. But it's about the work. That's what I do, magic, okay? So I'm going to start with Isaiah 41, 10 through 13. Isaiah 41, 10 through 13. It says, remember, my subject is remedies for madness. Everybody, no matter who you are, you go through some mental strains. You go through, some people go beyond mental strain, they go to a mental breakdown. But we're going to try to prevent that, especially to my babes. That I don't care if you just started out in these ATRs. Learn this, protect your mind, okay? First of all, it says, verse 10, fear thou not, okay? Phobia. For I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God, and I will strengthen thee, and I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee in the right hand of my righteousness. One of the reasons why a lot of people ended up in certain madness, because they don't know who is with them. A part of doing your divination or your misas or your ancestor reading is to find out what is with you. If this is your path, if this is the type of spirit. A lot of times people get into things and they have not did their due diligence to have a better understanding of what type of gift they got, what type of energy they have, what type of skill set they have, and they don't know the extent of that or the measure of that gift. Oh, you're getting your Ebo? All right there. Come on here. So a part of protecting yourself from mental or madness is knowing what Loa, what Nkisi, what Impungo, what ancestor, what spirit. What's up there? Erica, Countess Sagittarius from South Carolina. Madam Oshun from Tampa, Florida. Sister Jackie, Taurus in the house. Now, y'all listen. A part of me moving forward in my spirituality is I always knew who was with me. That was already established before I got started. That ancestor and guardian instinct is amazing. Yes, sir. I've been trying to tell them both. They're a little slow. And it goes on, verse 11. Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they shall strive, and they that strive with thee shall perish. Now, what's up the unveiling end? A part of what I'm trying to explain, utilizing the Bible, is when you know what type of spirit is with you and what they're willing to do for you, it gives you a peace of mind. A lot of times when I get into things and I realize that certain people that claim to be going up against me, they don't realize you need to know what the spirit or what's the spiritual contract between you and your Loa, you and your Nkisi, you and your Mpungo, you and your ancestors, you and God, whether that's Ola Damari, the Mighty and Zombie, or whatever you, El Shaddai, Elohim, whatever you call God or Goddess, Hathor, Hecate. I'm so not into all of that, right? The reason why a lot of people get into these mental challenges is because they really don't know how far their spirit is willing to go or rock with them. In order for you to really be at peace in your mind, when God or spirit is talking into this magnitude and saying, whoever is incensed against you, whoever strives against you, when I step into certain things and the Lord has spoken to me and said that I am going to get the victory, that is a mental security to me. You understand? When I go after, when I seek, that's why it's important to do divination or any type of reading or, and we call it in the church, inquiry, so you would know where God stands in your situation. I'm going to say that again. When you know where God stands and who he's standing with in your situation, you can be more confident. A lot of y'all guys come to Tata, Mombo, Voodoo Asante, and people that practice, and you don't really have a relationship. So you don't really have the mental comfort that you should if you are actually a devotee or somebody that literally practices hoodoo or participates in hoodoo. For your own security, do your due diligence and study what you want work done from. Get an understanding what Lowe's has to offer. Get an understanding what Home Depot has to offer. Get an understanding what Publix has to offer, or Winn-Dixie or Walmart or whatever. Stop just getting into the seeking spiritual help and not understanding the tools by which these people practice their magic. Okay? A lot of times you guys get frustrated not because of your spiritual practitioner, is that you do not understand the very help you are asking for. What's up, Shamari, my counselor from Chicago? Here he's saying they should be brought to nothing, and the people that strive against them shall perish. Verse 12 said, thou shalt seek thee and shall not find them, even them that contend with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing, and as a thing for naught. Naught means to brought to an end. Verse 13 said, for I, the Lord thy God. See how it's stipulation. Even if you go to court, they have certain stipulations in the contract, certain stipulations in the agreement. This is the stipulation. He said, for I, the Lord thy God, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. When I do certain ceremonies in the cemetery, I petition, I can't tell you everything, I petition whatever Loa that I work with in the cemetery, and then, or if I want to use an Orisha, depending on what I'm working on. Then I talk to the spirits that govern or rule over that cemetery. And after talking to them and giving them their proper honor and offering, then I ask whatever spirit, will help the individual. I don't necessarily go to a spirit in the cemetery and tell them to help somebody, because every spirit is not going to help every person. I want a spirit that is in agreement with helping the individual. And you got, you have to be in agreement. Because some of y'all out here saying that Oshun gonna help you. Some of y'all out here saying, oh, you're going, oh, you and Oshun, huh? Oh, Lamari. Nobody agreed. Make sure, if you want mental security, some of you guys, because I tell you it's going to be all right, that's not enough. You know why it's not enough? Because if you were doing your individual work, and you were doing your shadow work, and you were working with those spirits, you would have a personal comfort in yourself. What I would tell you would be what we call in the church confirmation. When you are getting a reading and you're doing your work, normally it's just confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. But when you're not doing your work and you're not in tune with your ancestors or your spirits or your own personal spirituality, a lot of times it seems like the spiritual practitioner has to go over and beyond trying to convince you of a certain outcome because you lack the necessary knowledge or insight. Apostle, I just said this, baby. Please stop saying y'all chosen of Oshun just because favorite color is yellow. I know that's right. What's up, my Darius? He coming in here putting his order in. Triple. Correct. Gossip. And protection. Now let me explain this. It doesn't matter if you're in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, and Palo. Even getting initiated in these other ATRs, the remedy for madness is that I'm not trusting in a madrina. I'm not trusting in a padrino. There are certain things that I already before stepping, because I came up voodoo, right? Haitian voodoo, more or less. And then Kabbalah and certain Masonic order and XYZ. But my thing is, when you have done your homework, when you as an individual have done your homework, give me a moment, y'all, before y'all start sending y'all orders. Or send them to Minister Mario. He'll put them up. Because I don't want to get distracted. A lot of the madness comes in because when you're sitting in front of that person, you're talking to that person on the phone, you have no idea of the practice. A lot of your mental strain comes from your lack of understanding the process or the gifting of a said individual. It has nothing to do a lot of times with what the individual themselves, the practitioner, is doing or not doing. Because if you come into the situation wanting somebody to do something for you that you're not willing to do for yourself, is a mental problem at itself. I never expect anybody. See, I've been dealing since I was a child. So I have a lot of confidence in my spirit. Before I walked in a church, before I walked talking about a pastor and all this other stuff, a lot of people get deceived and tricked or used because they themselves do not have a personal relationship. And y'all gonna constantly hear me say this. If you want a remedy to some of this madness, make sure that if you're not going to practice it and you're going to utilize it, then at least do the study so you can have a understanding what to expect and what type of spirits and how those spirits work with that individual. That's your responsibility as a consumer. If you're going to buy a product and you're not going to read the fine print, that's not the company's issue. How many of us, tell the truth now, because we grown, right? We will buy something because it says something that we like, but we never look and see what the ingredients by which it was made. Because some of the stuff that we intake in our physical body, some of the things that we ingest in our physical body, we have never looked it up. We buy meats, we buy all kind of stuff, and we do that also with spirituality. A part of getting to know your tata, your mambo, your pastor, your hugon, your bokor, your shaman, whoever, is that you have an understanding of who they are and how they move. And so therefore that is a mental Jasmine. Okay, got you. A lot of these people come on social media and they be trying to hamp up their pay. I'm not here for that. I'm here to do magic. Y'all find somebody else play with it. And I mean, I'm hating on that, but I'm here for people that trying to learn spirituality. Madness is the state of being mentally ill, extremely foolish behavior, a state of psychotic activity. When you are trying to grow, I had to bump my head. I know that's right, Heart Priestess. Now, let me say it like this. Remedy means a medicine or treatment for a disease or an injury. If I'm not mistaken, Dr. Michelle is a counselor, licensed counselor. When I tell many of you guys that you need therapy, some people laugh. I was telling a young lady in church for years, you need a psychiatrist. You don't need a candle. You don't need a ceremony. You don't need a cleansing. You have so much mental damage from the relationship with your family, and you need to learn and gain mental tools so you can get your mind right. Some of the decisions that you make in conjure based off of the mental injuries that you done had, whether from your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your cousin, you don't realize that stuff affects your magic. Remember, energy follows thought. When you have been mistreated by your family, and I'm not talking about you claiming to be the black sheep. I'm talking about people that have been mistreated. They have been mentally scarred and damaged. They need therapy. They don't need somebody to vent to. They need somebody to show them how to gain mental skill so they can get their mind right. And so therefore when they pray, they don't pray from a place of mental brokenness or a mental damage or from a place of being deprived. Y'all understand? Magic is energy. And you're going to attract to yourself, if you don't get mental help and find a psychologist or some kind of therapy that is going to give you certain tools when it comes to life. Some of you guys are so I was talking to Mother Susan, and some of y'all guys, let me tell y'all, when you don't understand what somebody is saying, you can easily get offended. I'm going to say it again. When you don't understand the information you're getting from somebody, and instead of sitting back and trying to process it or study or get more clarity, we immediately get offended because we learn that behavior. We learn that behavior. It doesn't matter if it's a spiritual thing or a natural thing. A part of Remedy to Madness is learning how to process and communicate information to somebody or receive information from somebody. And you cannot properly flow with Loa and Kisi or none of these other spirits if you don't understand that energy follow thought. And if you are mentally damaged, you're going to attract spirits of a psychotic nature. I'm going to say this again. Huh? Sometimes you talk to certain people and you say, they not right. They not right. They not right in the head. The way that you process that, something wrong. To all of you that like your those that like to take medicines that are not legal. Okay, I'm trying to say this in a nice way. Those that like to utilize certain things to alter their state of being. People that love to escape from their realities. You're putting chemicals in your mind that one day it is going to affect you in a way that you're not going to be able to be rational. I'm going to say this again. A lot of times people, when you have utilized cocaine, when you have to utilize certain amphetamines or certain type of drug, I'm just going to say it, certain type of drugs, remember, you're putting chemicals in your body that now has changed the chemical process of your brain. And you need to have that stuff detox. I ain't here to tell you what to do, but you can, some of you guys, Y'all done been with family members or partying and utilizing drugs, and now you trying to mix it with hoodoo and voodoo and Santeria, Lukumi and Congo, and there are certain chemicals in your brain that has been damaged because of your use, especially if y'all utilize powder. If you utilize a drug that you're placing in your nose, it goes straight to the brain. Anybody ever had a brain freeze? For you to be trying to practice voodoo, Santeria, and think that stuff is not going to affect you. Sorry, sir. Sorry, ma'am. Let me go to the next one. Philippians, the 4th chapter, 6 through 9. Once again, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. My son said, doing magic under the influence. Yes. And not the influence of the spirit, the lower. You have a drug, a chemical base that's influencing either your right part of your brain or your left part of your brain. You're not getting your visions from spirit influencing you, getting them from a particular chemical that is influencing you. So, okay. Philippians 4, 6 through 9 says this. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and this is the approach. This is the mental approach to every given situation. It says by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. So we got prayer, supplication, bundled up with thanksgiving. Let your requests be made known unto God. Whatever you call God or goddess. So there's a certain level of approach. If you are mentally sane, that you go to your ancestors, that you go to your impungo, that you go to your pots, that you go to whatever your spiritual tool or altar is. Some of people just, you could tell they be off. They just got through being intimate and they standing in front of their ancestor altar. You don't believe, mentally, you're not there to realize, I want to be clean, I want to be as focused as possible. You're trying to do multiple things when you should be focused on your particular working. You don't have a strategy by which you operate. And let me explain something to you guys. A lot of your anxiety is coming from the idea of not knowing what to do in a given situation because you don't have a set procedure by which you go. If a doctor is going into surgery, there's a certain way that he or she prepares to go into surgery. If a gymnast has a match to go through, there's a certain procedure by him or her that to get to warm up and prepare themselves. Why is it any different when it comes to spirituality? Why don't you have a certain way that you prepare yourself to get ready, prepared to deal with your spirit, your ancestors, your impunga, or whatever it is that you practice? This is the remedies to a lot of madness. You don't have a set way of how you go about doing nothing. You just get up and do it. Or you attempt to do it. You don't have a system. Hallucination. Thank you so much. And guess what? They believe in those hallucinations. I wrote down here. Brown represents dependability, security, and earth energy or ancestor energy. If you notice, my ancestor energy is made with brown. Okay? It don't matter if you're in voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi. We all use Mother Earth to do magic and to make connections. Okay? Then we use dark matter, which is chaos energy, in order to connect with the universe. I want y'all to understand, in order to remedy, there are certain medicines or there are certain treatments in order to get rid of a disease or injury. That's why I've been called the witch doctor. People got all kind of terms for me. A man or woman that has certain treatments to remedy certain ailments or influences, these people are very important. Some of you guys are not looking for people that are practicing magic. You're looking for people that have certain exterior aesthetics, exterior structure. I've had people, because they don't understand who I am, they try to get me to do certain things for them for free. Just because I like them as a person, or just because they have some type of connection with me, or just because they have some type of level of interaction with me. I am never going to do anything for you for free. I bless my clients with extra things because of their level of support. It has to always be an energy exchange. A lot of you guys do not remedy your madness because you're not trying to figure out. Are you practicing Ifa? No, I'm not practicing Ifa. Know what that got to do with anything? Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to say this. A lot of y'all going to miss out on so much knowledge and stuff that could help many of you guys because you're so bent. Remember, every practice has a certain level of skill set. I taught this earlier. When you're dealing with voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, every one of the ATRs in some form or fashion is like walking into a gym. In a gym, there are many equipments in there to help you develop. And depending on what you have practiced and what you're practicing, you're going to develop a certain aspect of yourself, okay? And when you may be in need, some of your madness may not be coming from that you don't have the information. Sometimes you just don't have the power to bring certain things to pass. When we do divination or we do readings or we do this, because at the end of the day, you should want your problem or your situation resolved. It should not be about a particular practice. It should be about what is it God or God is that I need to be doing to resolve my situation. Not going around trying to find you a six-figure man. Because you can find a man that's making $20,000 that one day going to become a six-figure man. If you really praying to your ancestors and working with your spirits and you're working with, the very thing, instead of starting your own business, you'll work for somebody. And in working for somebody, you learn the skills necessary to work your own business. Nobody ain't trying to hear me, right? So my thing is, if you're not looking for remedies, resolution, then a lot of time all you're going to be doing is going from one place to the next place looking for something that is comfortable to your eyes and comfortable to your ears, and you're never going to find the remedy to your madness. If you want remedy to your madness, you need somebody that can understand the tomfoolery that is going on in your life. Sometimes you don't need a candle. Sometimes you don't need an incense. Sometimes you don't need an Igbo. Sometimes you just need to stop doing what you're doing. In other words, stop practicing certain patterns in your life that keep bringing you into these situations. Stop going around pretending to be somebody's friend when you don't know you don't like them. You don't need a reading for that. Stop going after somebody else's property. Some things that many of you guys have certain anxieties about because of the spirit, what we call laziness. This causes a lot of people anxiety. The reason why I don't find myself in a lot of anxiety because I am always trying to remedy my problem and never seeking for somebody else. I'm going to use Madame Oshun because she's here. When Madame Oshun shows me something or gives me some insight on something, I am going to apply it. Did anybody just hear me? Nobody that ever taught me something had to come back and repeat, except for my mama when I was in her house and she was whooping my ass. But that's beside the point. I'm talking about when it comes to spiritual stuff. Why is it that people are constantly having to reiterate certain things when you want us to believe that you are really trying to grow and develop? Remedy your madness is looking for the solution. The solution may not be in voodoo. The solution may not be in Ifa. The solution may not be in Palo Miambe. The solution to your madness may be in you just keeping your legs closed. Bam! 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 Some of y'all just closing the mouth. Bam! Minding your own business. Over 80% of your problem solved. But if nobody can read and figure out what's going on and where the madness is coming from, then how can you know what to utilize in order to resolve the issue? Remember, spirit. The reason why I tell you guys this, because it's a mental thing. Remember, spirits work with your head, which is your mind. A gateway to the spirit world. Stop opening your mind to spirits that your ancestors did not work with. A lot of y'all problems that incur in your life because you're trying to go into certain things that your ancestors are not working with you. And you allow other spirits that don't have a contract with you, other spirits that don't have an alliance with you to be entering into your head. Because you want to be spiritual so bad. You want to have an awakening so bad. You're going to have an awakening, all right. but a wrong kind of awakening. This is why I don't argue with people. Practice whatever you want to practice. That's between you and the spirits of that particular practice. Because these spirits are more than capable of weeding out who belong and who don't belong. If you want to step into that family reunion knowing that you as a guest, by all means. I just want to see, I'm going to video the outcome to that situation. Because it ain't going to end well. A lot of the madness is coming because you're trying to open your mind to spirits that do not belong to you. You're trying to elevate your thought. An awakening comes from spirit. You don't do the awakening. They do the awakening. They turn the light on. This is why Jesus told Peter, Simon Peter, flesh and blood did not reveal this to you, but my Father which is in heaven. People say, Pastor Ely, how are you able to get on here and message after message after message? Because this is my calling. This is where my spirits work with me. They open my mind. They the one show me different things. When we doing readings, it is the spirit that reveals what that thing means to different individuals. That's what's wrong with some of y'all right now, where your madness comes from. Because you're opening your mind in some of these readings and you have no protection. And the energy coming from your client or the person that you're doing the reading from, you don't have proper protection. Huh? I can tell when certain people have certain spirits around them, all of a sudden my spirits start coming around me. All of a sudden I start elevating. Sometimes it comes from my belly. Sometimes it comes from behind. My spirit will move different ways depending on what is going on. But I don't have to do anything for my spirit to do that for me, because this is what I am called and chosen to do. Some of you guys, yes, there are certain things that I do to help prepare myself, but the job of your particular practice should come because you are chosen to do that work, and they will reveal to you. You want me to reveal to you. You want Madam Oshun to reveal to you. You want your Mumbo, your Hugon, your Madrina, your Padrino to reveal. When it should be a relationship that you have with your spirit and ancestors that speak in your mind. A lot of this madness. Some of y'all can remedy some of y'all madness. Put them cards down. Put them shamalongas down. Put them down. Put them down. Put them down. Your mind is not strong enough to be out here doing that. You don't have enough protection to be out here doing it, especially on social media. Because you have other spiritualists that get on here and get reading from you, and you can't even read them because the energy of their ancestors are protecting them, because you ain't in no place to be opening up your mind with certain. Everybody ain't got no business reading certain tatas, mumbos, hugons. That's dangerous. I had one of my members tell me, Apostle, you want me to do a reading for you? I said, no, baby. You don't need to read for me. A lot of y'all have not been taught. Y'all have been self-taught. And I am doing this for the benefit of anybody that wants to remedy madness, mental illness. If you don't want to be an individual that you find yourself with brain freeze or tumors or certain things breaking out on your mind because you don't open your gateway, your third eye to certain spirits that don't belong to you, because you want to work with them, you want to be whatever, that's on you. Some of y'all, let me tell y'all something. Yes, I do mentor. Go to my website, and a lot of my information is right on there. Let me say this. I told you all, and I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Of all the practices out there, I love voodoo above all, but I love all the ATRs because I understand they all have something to offer. But before I ever got these, I was working signs, wonders, and miracles. I'm going to say this again. Before I ever got scratched, I was working signs, wonders, and miracles. My spiritual dad told me this you're welcome. My spiritual dad told me this at 13 years old. That's when I met that one. He told me, I would not teach you anything if the spirit was not already with you. It will be a word he cussed. It will be a waste of my time. Scratch is a form of initiation into Palo Miambe. In the church, we say when you get anointed. People are choosing spirits and not allowing spirits to choose them. Same thing about relationship. They do the same thing. Because I told you it's a mental illness. The same way you run after a man or a woman in the natural, it's the same way you run after spirits. It's the same thing. When you're not mentally healthy, you do the same thing, whether it's a spiritual thing or not. It's just the truth. And what happens is those spirits end up using you just like people end up using you. But you the one put yourself in those positions. But you don't want to take responsibility because you're not mentally healthy. You're not mentally healthy. I'm not out here in the cemetery. I'm not out here running around from graveyard to graveyard because I want to be a necromancer. I was doing this stuff. My spiritual dad tested me in my abilities. When you have what you have, it don't matter if you're an Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, that spirit is going to manifest. I'm going to say that again. If it is in you, sir or ma'am, you ain't got to beg nobody, huh? It is going to manifest. And if you are supposed to be a medicine man or a medicine woman, it's going to come natural to you. The understanding of what herbs to use for any given situation. Okay? When I do my conjure, I'm doing work, the spirit talks to me. Oh, use this, put this with that. Go take this over here. I could be saying, no, I'm going to take this to the cross. They say, no, go take that over there. Go put that outside. No, go take that in the backyard. Go put it in the hole. Go put that by the tree. Depending on what person that I'm dealing with, I get different instruction of how to remedy their situation. No book ain't going, I don't understand where y'all getting it from. Ain't no book for to tell you what to do for any given person. Reading information and being guided by spirits is two different things. Now, hold on. Y'all bear with me. I should have been ready, but I would. Sorry about that, y'all. Should have been more prepared. Now, we talking about as above, so below. This is day of power for Sagittarius. Understanding how to deal with spirits. So I had Darius to buy me some brown eggs. Either you got it or you don't. That's right, Darius. So I had Darius to go buy me some brown eggs. Okay. When I'm doing certain work now, I can use this brown egg because remember, everything comes from an egg, right? So eggs represent life, right? So with eggs, especially brown eggs, I like to work with brown eggs to bring prosperity or protection because brown also represents your ancestral core. Okay, look at this is comes out of the seed. This is a sponge to remove negativity. Notice that the universe always gives certain things certain colors. Now, when you are in your practice, they may utilize it one way, but your spirits, because they know what you need to be protected from, they will cause you to utilize that in another fashion. This is why it's not good to go on other people's platforms and tell them about what they should be doing or not. Now, the reason why there's a lot of madness on social media, because you're regurgitating information that came from the spirit of somebody else. Okay? Even though I am giving information by other spiritual people, I have to work with that energy or that spirit or that particular item the way my spirits work with me. Y'all need to understand that. I don't care who you learn from. You have your own spiritual team and your own measure of gift and ability and awareness. And what's happening is I'm telling you where a lot of this madness coming. I can remedy them. I can remedy a whole lot of the problems that y'all see on the internet. I'm gonna tell you how. If you can learn how to join a coven or mananza or a church or anything of that matter and be who you are, a lot of this madness you won't see. The reason why certain people look foolish in certain things is because they're emulating somebody. They're not being authentic about who they are and their spirit and their gift. They're so busy trying, because when you are natural and you're flowing in your spirit, it is a flow. But when you got to think about what would such and such do at this moment, what would my mambo do, what would my hugan do, what would my boko, what apostle would do, what would Madam Oshun do, that means you're mimicking. You're not being led by the spirit. And that's why a lot of y'all see madness on these platforms, because people that admire other people, they're mimicking their behavior. They're mimicking what they saw in a ceremony instead of being who they are and where they are in spirituality. That's right. Madam said copycats. That's dangerous, because any spirit that comes to me is supposed to be in my court. Any spirit, like even when I'm online, people are sending spirits or they're trying to tamper with me and stuff. You notice I don't go there with them, because one of the beautiful things about the way I was raised, actions speak louder than words. It is very hard for you to call me disingenuous, not real, saying that the Loas are not with me or the Orishas or whatever, the Impungas not with me, and then you say they are with you, but you're throwing at me and it's not working. Then what is protecting me? Because the God above, the goddess above is protecting me, and they have granted me access to their spirit. Okay? It's sad when you are out here trying to make like certain people don't have certain things, but then when you start throwing at them or praying against them or speaking against them, it don't work. How do you explain that? Some of y'all gonna make me so great on social media. You're gonna make me so great because you're gonna keep on trying me, and then you're gonna have to explain to your godchildren why you the one down and I'm the one up. You're gonna have to explain to your godchildren why what you sent out has been reversed on your head. I don't have to explain that to anybody. You understand? Keep on doing what you're doing and make me great. I appreciate that. However God chooses to bless me, I have no problem with that. Madam, I'm not showing mercy this season. Now, a brown egg, and why you would you could consecrate this egg with oils, herbs, but with the intention. Now, the reason why watching somebody else do a working or a spell or a conjure is one thing, but when I'm doing conjure, remember my spirits are with me. My spirits are telling me what to do. When you go and try to repeat a working or a spell that you're watching another spiritualist do, you forget that you don't have their spirits. You don't have their ashe. You don't have their chi. You don't have the necessary things that are going to manifest that particular working. So no matter what I may show you, if you want the benefit of my workings, then you need to come to me. But trying to emulate what another man or woman of God is doing without their spirit or their God, that's not wisdom. That's why y'all see a lot of madness. So what happens is I invoke spirits inside of the egg. And then I'm going to take these particular eggs to the river, to the ocean. This egg has to break. I'm going to say it again. Depending on what type of working you're doing, the reason why the egg has to break because it has to release the energy or the working. This is why sometimes you see people leave these eggs on their veves, they leave these eggs on their patipimbas, they leave these eggs on their altars or something, because it's building energy. And when they utilize that egg in a working, once that egg breaks, it releases the energy or the ashe or the spirit that inhabited that inside that egg that were drawn on the energy of that particular intention. So in the process of trying to learn conjure, don't forget the basics. Don't forget, certain man, that you still have to consider your own spiritual setup. But if you want the outcome or the working of a particular spirit, then go to somebody that spirit has already chosen. It doesn't mean that you cannot benefit from a loa or a spirit that you love or want to work with. Go through their particular child. Just like women and men go through our children to get to us. go through their children and get to them and show their children homage and or offerings, and they will receive it. But some of y'all are out here because you're trying to emulate a child of Oshun, or a child of Oya, or a child of Ezeli, or a child of Baron Samzi. Don't do that. That's why you see the madness. Some of y'all say, well, Apostle Ely, I was doing an egg cleansing. How can you, this is the madness. It sounds so simple. How can you do an egg cleansing on yourself when you've already been ambushed? I'm going to say that again. How can you do an egg cleansing on yourself when you have already been ambushed? A lot of the madness that I see is because you don't want to go to the medicine man or the medicine woman and get a treatment for your disease or your injury because you're trying to save $1. And sir, ma'am, that's your prerogative. This right here cleanses a lot of negative. I work for a lot of people. I do work for a lot of people. I got to stay clean. So when I go to Botanic, I'm not going to go into the ocean and scuba dive and find this. I'm going to say this again. So all y'all do it yourself saints. I'm not, Apostle Ely is not fit to go scuba dive and go around the reef to find this. No, I'm gonna go to a Botanica that I trust and where they carry certain products, and I'm going to purchase what I have need of. Even practitioners have to spend money with other practitioners and other spiritual people in order to get there too. I'm not fit to do it. I mean, it's cute. I do my the other work hands on, but a lot of this other stuff, I'm paying for that to get done. I'm paying to get that because I'm not going scuba diving. I might go skinny dipping, but it won't be scuba diving. Now, this is utilized, and it's brown. It is utilized to cleanse, and I actually have one in my tub. Instead of using a sponge, I use one of these. I use these to cleanse my body, and I go out and I consider your measure and make up always. Yeah, that's my. So this is the stuff that I try to tell people because spirituality is sensible. A lot of the madness that, and people, listen, anybody that's really out here practicing know that I'm not lying to you guys and I'm telling you the truth. And a lot of this madness that many of you guys are embarking in is because you don't want to do the work. And I get that. It's a lot of work. Okay? Tobacco also represents brown, stability, energy, ashe. That's why there's so many different reasons why one particular culture uses tobacco versus another. That's why it's not good to go looking into somebody else's yard and trying to figure out why they got certain things in their yard. It's not your business why certain things are set up in somebody's life a certain type of way. If they are not seeking your counsel about how to administrate their life, do what I do. Pass your opinion and keep it pushing. But trying to go into other people's life, as though they hired me as a spiritual decorator, no. If it worked for you, if I think it's funny, I'ma laugh and I'ma keep it pushing. If I think it's damaging to the culture, then I'm gonna come on my platform and I'm not gonna integrate their name or anything, but I'm gonna teach a method to enlighten people of what to do, why and why not. You understand? But going after people because of their madness, I ain't finna do it. All right. So I'm gonna burn. I hope this really helped. I hope a lot of y'all got something out of this. And Darius. Triple threat. I'm going to tell y'all a lot of madness that a lot of you not growing spiritually has nothing to do with your gift. It has to do with your level of obedience. You don't want to submit to nobody for no reason. And that is hindering your growth. Stop, guys. A lot of my authentication came because I served in other people's houses. Somebody should call you great other than yourself. Wait a minute. Stop gossip. Triple threat. Oh, and protection. And then we got Jasmine with road opener. When you get and when you guys get the opportunity to and some spiritual person allows you to share in their energy through things like I do incense burning. I do Madame Oshun does candle burnings at her Ogun. When people allow you to touch on their energy that they have paid a price for, you should be honored. You should be thankful, because we don't have to share this energy with you. We don't have to share this chi with you. We don't have to share our spirits with you. It is an honor that I burn in your name in my pot. That's my pot. Okay? That I went through. I worked my miracles through that pot. You understand? So a lot of the madness is because the mindset, a lot of people, they need mental health. Stop thinking that you're spending money when you're investing in Ashe. Just like really understand. I understand that a lot of people don't turn this into a business, and it's no more honor and respect for, oh my God, I get the as the woman touched the hem of Jesus' garment. That's his virtue. We're sharing our energy, our Ashe. Okay? A lot of you guys are mentally going through because you don't know how to talk to nobody. I was listening to Monique, she's a voodoo son on her podcast, but I watched one of her videos, and this guy was on there, and he was being so disrespectful. And these are the same people that claim to be practitioners of the ATRs, African traditional religion. Ain't that something? And then, hold on. And then with the level of disrespect that they were trying to exude on these ladies, it's sad. All that name dropping ain't gonna help you in no spiritual war. When I get in a war, just like I don't care nothing about their army, they don't care nothing about mine. May the best one win. A lot of y'all think y'all garments and pots or whatever you got, you think that matters in real spiritual warfare? It don't. And y'all out here talking because y'all got beads around y'all neck. I got people that out here done got scratched in Palo out here doing stuff, and you ain't in no place to deal with Apostle either. And that's whether I got scratched or not. You ain't the Nfumbe that sits in that pot is not stronger than the spirit that walks with me. I know that for a fact. I'm not guessing. So it don't matter to me what you get scratched by, who you go to. If your spirit is not stronger than my spirit, guess who's going to come out on top? Especially the fact that God is with me. Y'all letting these certificates go to y'all head. Please don't let your initiation get you initiated. I'm going to say it again. Just won $50. It's working. Derek's trying to get that money. Huh? Yeah, the certificate. This, like, I'm serious, guys, and I'm going to say this again. Jasmine road opener. Hold on. Here go road opener, Jasmine. I'm going to say this again. I do believe in education. I'm not against education. But not to the point where you think that it supersedes somebody that is chosen for this work. It does not. Listen, you running around. I don't go around, oh, that's my grandma, this and that. Like, when you hear people doing, like, at the end of the day, nobody care about who you think you is. You either can bring it or you can't. Now, I'm not going to change. Apostle, you use. I'm initiating other stuff. I'm not around here calling myself a Hugon or a Tata, any of that, right? And I'm licensed, okay? I'm going to just say that. I'm also licensed as Apostle Eden. I don't care what I get initiated in or what I practice. I'm always going to be Apostle Ely. A lot of time Minister Mario called me Chief Apostle Ely because I got ordained as a Chief Apostle. I just don't go in those names because I know at the end of the day, titles don't make you. I know that many of you guys want these titles. That's where a lot of these madness is coming from. I can remedy your problem right now. It don't matter who you sit under. They're not going to save you from a spiritual fight if you are out here messing with chosen people. They can't. They can give you certain protection. It's going to override it. A lot of this stuff, the madness that many of you guys are seeing out here, hold on like this, is because people feel like because they are somebody's godchild that warrants you to disrespect. They do it in the church because they feel like they pastor anointed or more anointed. They feel like they can disrespect other leaders in the church community. They do the same thing in these ATRs. I have literally told Pastor, you better get your member. I'm going to show respect to you to talk to them before they have to deal with me. Because at the end of the day, I don't really care that you they pastor. They don't want to care that you they pastor. See, some of y'all think, some of us care that that's your mambo, your hugon, your madrina. Some of us in a place in God, we don't care who your madrina is. That's madness. You the one got your security in that being your tata, your mambo, or your bokor. That's your business and their spirit. Because everybody ain't afraid of their spirits. And that's just real talk. Minister Mario Brazo Forte said, I was chosen because I would endure to the end. I know that's right. And there's proof in the pudding. A lot of the madness and embarrassment a lot of people have out here in these spiritual streets is simply because you are signing your mambo, your tata, your hugon, your pastor up for fights that they did not sign up for. Okay? Your certificate, your initiation is a personal thing. It's like your graduation. When you walk across that stage, that diploma is for you. Huh? And it only lasts as long as you walk across that stage, shake them people's hand, they hand you your certificate, and you walk out off that stage. You the one got to make that certificate mean something. You the one got to make that initiation mean something. You the one got to make that scratching mean something. Not your mambo, not your hugon, not your madrina, not your tata, not your bokor, not your apostle. If you gonna go around here saying you something, you got to stand behind that title, that office. And that's just the real truth. That's why y'all see the madness. But I'm giving out all kind of treatments tonight. I'm giving all kind of remedies. Huh? Stop writing checks you can't cash. Stop getting in houses that you can't afford. I'm going to say that again. I felt that in my spirit. Stop getting into spiritual houses for name checking when you can't afford to function in that house. And now you're going to cause madness or mental problems in that house because you're not up to par. And you're never going to be up to par because you got into that house for the wrong reason. Huh? I told people, especially in my church, they're trying, you ain't got enough economics to be competing with Apostle Ely. And don't be going to Dollar General and going to Walmart trying to compete with me. Go into the various, if you're going to compete with me, let's run a fair race. Let's go to the same stores. Let's have the same trial. Let's deal with the same situation. No, you're not going to go to Dollar General with your candle and then I'm going paying another price and then you're talking about we the same. No, we're not the same. We not the same. We love the Lord, but we're not the same. We praise Olodumare, but we're not the same. Huh? Your outfit came from a clearance rack. I paid full price for mine. It ain't the same. And I'm not going to let you make it the same because I'm telling you where a lot of this madness is coming from too. People trying to be on other people's level. I've had people come to my church, oh, we got the same gift. If we had the same gift, then why you need my help? When people start talking like that to me, I no longer help them spiritually. And it's not because of me. If you got it like I got it, then let your spirits bring you through just like mine bring me through. People that come to my help, they come for me to help them with my spirit. But if me and you got the same gift and the same spirits, then you don't need my help. We do the same thing. That's madness. Some of y'all let people tell y'all certain things and then turn around and help them. I'm not going to do it. You can see just like me. You sure going to have to see for yourself from now on. Oh, you got it like I got it? No problem. I'm going to go help somebody that ain't got it like I got it so they can get benefit. I'm not going to deal with that man. Huh? You feel like you got more initiations than me that make you stronger than me? All I'm waiting on you to say, ding, ding, get in the ring. I was, somebody got into me one time and they was running around telling people that I was going to somebody to get help and all that. I said, it ain't that I'm going to somebody spiritually, naturally get help. I'm working the cemetery. And there's plenty of people in the cemetery that can help Apostle Eve. Plenty. Just because you don't know you're dealing with a necromancer, that ain't my problem. It ain't my fault. Do your due diligence, do your homework. I'm still in daycare. My Gemini from South Africa says she's still in daycare. I really appreciate y'all giving me some of your time tonight. This is definitely Jupiter. I'm giving out wisdom. Please do not sit on this. Please do yourself a favor and educate yourself. And please take these remedies that I'm giving out here for free to get rid of some of this mental illness. And find you a therapist. Don't find you a man. Find you a therapist. Don't try to get into another relationship. Don't do another money spell. Find you a financial advisor. You're just not good with money. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay that you're not good with money. Find you somebody. And let me tell you, if you're in a relationship and your wife or your husband is better at money than you are, for the health of the family, if you are better able to deal with people as far as communication, let the one that is better at the craft of said situation be out front. I don't understand all this ego. A lot of ego is causing a lot of this madness. A lot of this ego is causing a lot of madness. It making you putting yourself in certain categories, in certain rooms. Let me tell y'all something. And I said this on my videos. I ain't had to speak Creole to work with the Loas. Shamari sent cash out for triple threat and money. That's my Cancer. Let me tell y'all something. To your own personal benefit, stop mimicking people. And anybody that's out here telling you that it is that simple to practice and you don't have to have spirits to serve other people, you might not even have certain spirits to be able to do certain type of workings. How you going to help somebody with money work when you don't have money spirits? How you going to help people with their health when you don't have healing spirits? How you going to fight the battle for people when you don't have spirits of war? Like, make it make sense. You got to have certain spirits in your court. Triple threat. Listen, I'm just giving y'all the benefit of the doubt. You weren't taught. So now that you know, you got to do better. Daniel, and thank you guys so much for y'all helping out Minister Mario. We are he's up over $5,000 for his crowning already. In just a little while. We praise God for that. Shamari. Okay, we got Danielle. Hold on, Danielle. See what happened when you're blessed? And if it was that simple for going out here and asking for, let me tell y'all something. A lot of my blessings that I get don't come from me burning candles. Don't come from me burning incense. A lot of my blessings I get for telling people the truth. Sometimes when you be asking for certain breakthroughs, you don't know what breakthrough is really going to help you. Better business, money blessing. Money blessing. And mental clarity. Got you. Mental clarity. Nobody should have to tell you what you need to get. It's on my website. Do yourself a favor and handle your business. Better business, money blessing, and mental clarity. If you could do what I do, you would have been doing it. You got to have a gift to draw finances, and you have to have a spirit. You have to have an energy. You have to have ashay. All this going out here getting products and that represent money, and you don't have the ashay, the chi, or the prana to do that stuff, baby. You wasting your time. This is not for everybody. I would never tell somebody to do this if they were not chosen to do this work. It is just a real talk. I wouldn't do it, because when you need an answer or a remedy to something, you need your spirits to be able to come in and tell you what to do or do it for you. And if you don't have that type of spiritual core, you're in trouble. The reason why y'all see a lot of madness, because a lot of these people are one-hitter quitters. They have learned some tricks in voodoo. They're really not called. They watch, they learn certain things, they have certain terminology, but at the end of the day, this is not what they were chosen to do. And they put themselves into positions trying to buy their way to get certain clout. At the end of the day, none of that's going to help you when it comes down to real magic. I had my ram's horn, right? And I was working my ram's horn on in my church, and I'm on television. And I was on television, and some of the people were watching me work my ram horn. They went and ordered them one. I work with the dead, not just the human dead, any dead. Plants, trees, animals. I'm a necromancer. I'm a conjurer. I'm able to awaken the spirit of any living creature that once was living, fossilized. It's so crazy that some of y'all think it just, y'all Amazon spiritualists. Like y'all think, oh, I'm gonna go and buy that for me and I'm gonna have that. This is amber. This is over 100,000 years old. Anything that is on the inside of this, I can awaken. I'm a conjurer. I am a conjurer. I don't know how many times I got to say that. Y'all be doing the most, mimicking people. That's where this madness come from. Oh, that's why they supporting Apostle Ely because he got these tools. Or they're supporting Apostle Ely because he talk trash. Or no, they are supporting Apostle Ely because they're attracted to my energy and that they're learning. And I know what the hell I'm talking about. And I actually practice what I preach. So I'm not just a well of information, but I'm also a practitioner of my well. That's why they call it Jacob's well. They call it Apostle Ely's well. Yeah. All right. Did I get everybody? I got Shamar. I got Shamari. I'm gonna do your better business. I got to get some room in my pot. I'm gonna do your. I did your money blessing, your mental clarity, and then I'm gonna do your better business when I get out here. Let me tell y'all something. If you want to be reconciled to your husband or your wife, correct your behavior of why they left in the first place. If you want to advance on your job, actually get up and go to work on your job. Nobody is going to advance you. I don't care how much magic you do when you lazy. There's no reason to promote somebody that's sitting down. You understand? That's madness. Money work comes to money people. My grandma used to say it all the time. It take money to make money. A lot of y'all want certain prosperity, but y'all sit down too much. Y'all not go-getters. A part of what you're asking for is also being in a capacity to be able to do the exact work that you're asking to manifest in your life. Okay, she's gonna take care of it. If it's extra, if you Shamar, if you say extra, we can always refund it. You very good to me, so it don't bother me. And let me use that example of what Shamar, like what's going on. When you have a relationship with somebody and you got good business practices, even if there's a misunderstanding that happens, it never escalates to madness. It's when you don't have a good relationship or you don't have good business practices with people in your clientele that is a misunderstanding take place and you don't resolve that issue, that's where a lot of that madness comes from. I'm giving you, do right by your clientele base and make sure you do your job. And then as a consumer, you respect your practitioner. A lot of the madness you see online is because I never lie to people about what I'm going to do. I am not big on initiation. I didn't even initiate my son. I teach my son magic because I'm not big on that. My son was born with his gift. I'm thoroughbred. But I do want them to go through certain initiation. But I can invoke the spirit. I can develop him and enhance him when he goes through his initiation. Because a lot of times when you get it from family, people don't want to authenticate your initiations, okay? But at the end of the day, I know that initiation doesn't make you powerful. I know that initiation doesn't make you who you are. Oh, that was, Oh, okay, I got it. Shamari at 333. Okay. And that was for Danielle. Okay. I'm going to write that down, Danielle. Better Business. I got you, Danielle. To remedy a lot of your financial problems when it comes to your business is for you to have good hygiene when it comes to your business practices in the store. Solve a lot of problems, break a lot of yokes, and so therefore it won't take and cause you to have to do a lot to protect what you got going on. Okay? And y'all know I believe in being a proactive person. Okay? So, Minister Mario, are we all clear? Any of you guys that want to support Minister Mario in his crowning, if you want to give tonight, we're trying to get it to, we are a little over 5,000, but if you want to contribute to his crowning tonight, make sure. Okay, got you. Better Business, money. Blessing and got you. And make sure you guys go and order those incense to make sure that you have them in your apothecary, your armoire, your black bag. It's good to have on. I never go anywhere without having me my product. Never know what I'm gonna feel. I try to be ready for anything, spiritually or naturally or financially. Thank you, Cassandra. That's my Capricorn. All right, I got it all written down. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your spiritual journey, and hopefully that many of you guys that resonate with what I do, that you will become a part of what I'm doing. But any of you guys that want to support and can support, if you cannot do it today, you may be able to do it tomorrow. We appreciate that because I am driven to reach a goal, and I'm going to reach that goal. But I appreciate much of your support, and I will be back at work tomorrow. I'll be done work UPS, but I'll probably be coming on Friday night if they don't pull the stunt they pulled the other day on me. All right, so I'll see you guys tentatively Friday night at 9 o'clock. All right, much love to each and every one of you guys. That's right. He's that Master Chris said he burned his on. I know that's right, child. I got so much stuff at UPS. It's just, they know I don't play. I'm always prepared. If I go to Dunkin' Donuts, I got something on me. I don't never know where I'm going and where I do. I don't never go nowhere without being scrapped spiritually. Not me. Especially I'm responsible for too many people for me to be out there free willy-nilly. I can't do it. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Much love to each and every one. Thank you so much for your love and your support. God bless.